It is stressful. I think I'm just quite a calm person, but I make sure I spend a bit of time to myself and go to the gym as well. I think that's really important, because there are days that you're working 12, 18 hours and you have to do it. You know, if you've got a deadline, you have to do it. So if you're doing a fundraise or you've got a big project, you've got to do everything you can to get over the line.
A huge amount of stress for entrepreneurs. Anyone with a startup company doesn't have all the answers, doesn't have all the funding they need, and you know, it's a fine line to tread between getting your product to market, getting the right investment, getting the right team together. You're juggling 20 balls 24 hours a day, huge amount of stress. If you're really passionate about your product and your team, you have to be in it wholeheartedly. And I think especially old entrepreneurs like myself who've got family and mortgages, the risks are a lot higher than maybe some of the younger guys coming through who can probably afford to, you know, maybe take 2 or 3 attempts at it. For the older generation of entrepreneurs, we've really got to go for it, and I think the stress levels are quite high.
I think when I feel most stressed out is when I have to go away for a few days, because I'm not here, I'm not on the business. But I'm getting better at that too. We've got systems in place which help me kind of keep up to date with everybody. For me, I want to make sure that I'm giving everybody what they need to do the best that they can. But I think that's more kind of mind over matter. I've just got to, you know, I trust my team are doing what they can. It's just I want to make sure I'm adding enough value to them to help them.
I think the biggest stress levels that you look at is financial. I think people who start up their own company have a very good idea of their product, they really have a good idea of how to get it to market, they have a very good idea of their market. They just need that backing to take it from A to C.
I think the other thing that you could find quite stressful is board meetings. You know, they can be really challenging, but it's good. So I wouldn't say it's a bad stress, it's a good stress. You know, they keep you focused, but there's a lot of prep and a lot of challenging and a lot of, how would you put it? Yeah, no, they can be tough. Yeah, you typically see entrepreneurs, you know, just before a board meeting who are, I wouldn't even speak to them because their heads are just, you know, in the board meeting.
There's no one technique you can use as an entrepreneur to handle stress. I think it's very much in your makeup to whether, you know, most entrepreneurs know what they're letting themselves in for. Then you've got to be mentally prepared before you even start the journey. And you know, everyone will have their own different ways of doing it. Some people go to the pub. I don't. I find I just don't have time to go to the pub. They're normally closed by the time I finish work anyway. I think, you know, you just need a strong group of friends behind you to give you that motivational support and really sort of make sure you're on the right track.
So I think it's really important for entrepreneurs to take a step back, and whether that is just going to the gym for a couple of hours or getting away for the weekend, that time helps you reflect on the business. And it's a learning process as well, because in the beginning I never used to do that, and I think stress levels were much higher. But I think if you could understand that stepping away is actually good. If it's good for you, it's good for the business, because you're having a different perspective and you come back refreshed and kind of ready to take on more. If you don't take that time out, you can grind yourself down into the ground, and that's easy to do as well, because there's so much you could be doing all the time. So it's learning not to feel guilty about taking that step away, but doing it at the right time when it's not like a crucial moment when the business really needs you.